Hey guys, it's AQT. I got a message from Camelsonhorizon. He asked how, here, I'll read it to you. Can you make a video about belief controlling what you see as possible? Yes, haha, fun stuff. Yeah, so I guess what I'd like to, how do I approach this? There's two ways of going about changing the possibilities that are happening, and it all starts within you, as we know. And so I think that you can go from the outside in or the inside out. And let's take it from the outside in first. Say you have a son and your son crashes your car. And say you are one who tends to be a bit introverted and who festers and who is going to flip out about the situation, yeah? Your body language is actually a good starting point. So if you're one who's holding in and who's cut off, a lot of your body language is going to be like not open to people. So you're going to approach people guarded, like from the side possibly, or with your arms crossed or your legs crossed, or there's going to be like contortions in your body that is keeping you protected from being a particular way, from being open. We do all kinds of weird shit with our body when we're protecting ourselves. I do it. We all do it. Okay. So if you're coming from a protected place from yourself, if your given standard on your daily basis is I need to protect myself, you're going to flip out about the car. That is just a given. Yeah? But if you work on changing your body language, being connected to it and knowing how you're addressing yourself, then you're going to have a completely different situation or interaction with your son. So if I now open myself up, plant my feet, sit directly with my son, and have a conversation about it, we're going to have a very different outcome, and he's going to have a very different outcome and make different kinds of choices in the future than if you flip out. Because if you flip out, your son's going to lie to you next time. If you flip out, you're closing off the possibilities of there being a more positive resolution to the situation, if that makes any sense. Am I explaining this right? Okay, so you can change your possibilities by just changing your physical body, by opening yourself up. When you're open, you take things on, and the outcome of whatever's happening is going to be good. When you're closed, the opposite is true. When you're closed, you're putting out a signal of lack, of like something's wrong. And that's just gonna create more problems. So now going from the inside out, it's a matter of changing your perspective. I mean, you can choose to flip out. You can choose to be like, yeah, you can be reactionary and call your son a fuck up, like say you can't be trusted again, like how could you do this, you've ruined my life. Put all of that baggage on him. You can do that. Or you can choose to come at it from another way, which is saying, yeah, he's young. This is the first time, he's done anything like this. I know he learned his lesson because this is definitely a hard lesson to do. I'm going to make sure he's able to take full responsibility for this. And of course I'll trust him to live his life the way he needs to. He's my son. I love him. Those are two very different perspectives you can come at it, right? So it's just making a choice. And I challenge you, when you get into a reactionary spot where you feel closed off and you need to protect yourself, to open yourself up and be open and change the outcome through your opening, if that makes sense. It's basically open or closed. The other thing to keep in mind is that I think many of us jump perspectives. So we can see a situation one way, the next day we can see the situation another way and believe it just as much as the first way, and then the next day see it another way and believe it just as much as the first two times. So I know, at least for me, the challenge I have is grounding myself, picking the best perspective to have where everybody gets what they want out of whatever situation, and grounding my feet in that and not letting myself elevate and jump into another perspective that isn't quite so healthy. So I think part of that is disciplining yourself and constantly going back to the open, to the part of you that embraces love. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any more questions.